Hey guys, can you see me? Can you hear me? Welcome to my first live. Let me know in the chat, please, if you can see and hear me. Hopefully everything is working and connected. This is the first time I'm doing it, so I just hope that you can see and hear me. Let me know who's here. Awesome, I think you guys see me. Marek, yes, excited. Justina, hi. Sylvia. Awesome, you guys. Where are you guys tuning in from? Where are you from? You see me? Awesome, good. Oh, thank you, Sylvia. Okay, hi, I remember you. Okay, you guys are connecting. I'm super excited to dive in because I wanted to teach you some of the tools that I've used when I was learning how to dance and, how to practice the most efficient way so you don't waste time, going through tutorials without seeing any results. So I wanted to share just my little tips and tricks with you. So by the way, you guys, Japan, wow, hi. Awesome. California, hi. Amazing, you guys. So I'm going to also share with you, I made this little guide. You can see it right here on screen. So everything that I'll be talking about, you'll have it in the guide format, so you don't have to take notes. Everything is there. So all you have to do to download it is go to getdanceonline.com/free-guide, and you'll be able to get it from there. Okay, so again, it's getdanceonline.com/free-guide. So just make sure you put in your email the correct way so that I know where to send it. Turkey, wow, amazing. California, another person. India, wow. Isn't it nighttime in India? Thank you for staying up. Seattle, awesome, you guys. I'm super excited to have you here. There's a lot of you joining in. Singapore, wow. That is amazing, you guys. Yeah, so I'm super excited. We're going to do a live Q&A at the end, so I'm going to be answering your questions. So we'll do that at the end after I give you a little bit of a training. Hopefully this will help you. And I'm super excited to teach you guys. Also, please share this live stream. You can put the link up on Facebook, on Instagram, so we can get and help more people learn. Maybe you know other beginners who need my help. I'll be happy to help. So feel free to post a story. I'm going to repost your stories to give you a little shout out later on. Awesome. LA, Jamaica, amazing. Croatia. Wow, there's a lot of you guys here from all over the place. I'm super excited. Okay, so I'm going to jump into my slides and I'm going to pop back on camera later on. Let me just make sure you see my slides, so we don't need that. Okay, so like I said, the guide, you just have to type in getdanceonline.com/free-guide. You can take a screenshot and do it afterwards, that's fine. And if you share this live stream, I didn't tell you, tag me at getdance. So this is what you can tag me on Instagram. Hi, oh wow, there's a lot of you guys. Brazil, amazing. Link doesn't work. Why? I think you can't, click it. You have to put it in the browser. Let's see. Let me see if I can type it in here. But I think you'll have to retype it anyway. getdanceonline/free-guide. It should be working. The email will not come right away. It usually takes a few minutes. So just be patient with that. Okay, awesome. All right, guys, so let's start. Let me hide myself, but I'm going to come back on, making sure you see it, you see everything correctly. Okay. So, what we're going to cover today is I'm going to share the 4 tools with you for successful learning. And those are the same tools I used when I was learning myself, and the same tools I am sharing with my students. So my students are able to apply them. So hopefully you'll be able to do that as well. They just cut the learning time I want to say in half at least, because you'll know how to go through each practice session every time you practice the most efficient and effective way. So this is what I'm sharing. I'm going to show you how to implement them so you get the most out of your learning experience, and you'll be able to successfully learn any movement from anyone. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Again, this is the link. If you haven't seen it before, screenshot it. We can do that later. Okay. All right, let me just check one more time if you can see my slides. So just let me know in the chat if you can see them, because I don't want to be talking if you don't see what I'm talking about. Can you see the slides? Just give me a yes in the chat. Hopefully you're not disappearing on me. Okay, looks like it's working. Okay. All right, let's go back to the slides. Okay, one sec. It got stuck. There we go. All right. So, first of all, hi, I'm Monica. If we haven't met yet, for the past 16 years, I dedicated my life to helping people just like you feel comfortable on the dance floor and take full advantage of their social life. So I wanted to help people because when I started, I was just like you. I had zero dance skills. I was super shy and I was just avoiding going out. And then I was able to become a confident dancer and then successfully teach over 5,000 of adults. So you can see some of my students here. And I am lucky enough to get amazing results. So Ray, he said he has been in fights with his wife about her dancing with other men because he couldn't dance. And he said, it's only been a few months and now I look forward to going out on the dance floor. And he said, my wife thinks I'm a better dancer than her. I just wanted to say thank you. Brandon, he says the biggest impact my classes have had on him is they took his fear away. He wanted to dance, but he was afraid. He didn't know how to move. But now he's looking forward to going out and showing off his dance skills on the dance floor. And Erica, he said, thank you for all you've done for me. I feel more confident and prepared for the 2 weddings I have in June. How amazing is that? So are you guys also struggling with learning how to dance? Maybe that's difficult for you. Let me know in the chat. Do you have problems like this where you're not confident? Where you want to dance, but you just are not sure what to do, how to do it? Yeah? Karen says yes. Doris, yes. Saini, thank you. Hi. Awesome. So again, this is the little link that you can get the guide if you haven't yet, and share this live stream. If you want to tag me on Instagram, you can tag me at Get Dance. Okay, back to the slides. So the first super important tool that I wanted to share with you is when you practice or when you take classes, however way you're learning, you have to set goals. And there are 2 types of goals that I want you to be setting to learn successfully. First of all, you need to know what you want to accomplish and where you want to be in your learning experience. So you're setting long-term goals. Then you also need to know what you want to accomplish in every class or every practice session. So those are those micro goals. What it will do once you start setting those goals up, it will make each lesson or each practice session, if you're just, learning at home by yourself, more meaningful for you. And that will help you stay focused. And this is what we want, right? You don't want to just go through random tutorials and not learn anything. And there are rules for setting goals. So first of all, you want to make sure that the goals that you set for yourself are realistic, but they should be challenging. And I'll tell you why. If you set the bar too low and accomplish your goals right off the bat, you won't be motivated to learn further. So for example, let's say you'll say, okay, I want to learn 3 dance moves. Yeah, you can learn them pretty quickly, maybe, even in a day. And you'll be like, oh, okay, I got it. I learned how to dance. But then you go out and turns out 3 moves is not enough to be able to look good and natural on the dance floor. There's going to be something missing, but you already will accomplish that goal and you'll be turned of, learning further. You will be discouraged to learn any further. But if you set the bar too high, that's also not good, because then you will lose motivation very quickly once you see that no matter what you do, it doesn't bring you any closer to achieving your goals. For example, you can say, okay, I want to dance for Beyonce in a year. Well, probably is not going to happen. Okay, so they have to be realistic yet challenging. And you want your goals to be specific. When it comes to dance, pick a problem area. It might be, for some of you, lack of rhythm or lack of coordination, looking stiff when dancing. Maybe you are not remembering all the movements that you're learning. And then once you identify that problem area, you want to set a realistic time frame of when you want to be able to develop that into a skill, right? So that's super important. You don't want to be concerned with the, final product only, so being able to dance, but enjoy the process. Don't just say, I want to learn how to dance, because there's just so much that goes into it. You need to know what is your problem and then fix it. Make specific plans to fix it. Super important, so that, you don't just go to random tutorials and learning gazillion dance moves. If, let's say, you don't have rhythm, how will you do those moves to the beat? How will you, you won't be able to match them to the music. So it's not just about learning many, many movements. And you want to know that everything you're doing is getting you closer to your goal. And you are becoming a better dancer every single day that you put effort into it. Does it make sense? Let me know, guys. Let me check the comments very quickly. What is something that you struggle with? Is it rhythm, coordination? Or maybe you have all the skills already. Maybe it's easy to dance. Arm movements. Yeah, that's very common. Hi, Carolina from Poland. Yeah. Very important to set goals, guys. So you don't want to just be practicing and wasting time. You have to know what it is that you need to fix. Moves, that's true. You have to have dance moves in order to dance, for sure. Oh, thank you. All right, you guys, going back to the slides. Now, if you think, I'm not able to learn how to dance, this is just too hard, I want you to think again. Everyone can learn how to dance. No matter what age you are, whenever you're starting, you can always learn. So let me give you an example. Jordan, when he joined my program, he said he has an anxiety when it comes to dancing in public. And he never thought that it's even possible for him to learn how to dance. This is exactly what he said to me in a little survey he filled out before we spoke on the phone in our consultation. He said, I want to be comfortable in a dance setting such as club or wedding. Dance settings give me so much anxiety. I wish I could just go out and dance like everyone else, but I feel like I just don't get it. And this is the first update he posted in our private Facebook group in my program. He said, thank you for creating this program. Just being able to move to music is literally my favorite part of every day. It's a great feeling considering I always thought I just wasn't the kind of person that could learn to dance at all. And in the newest update, he said, I am most proud and most surprised of the fact that I'm excited for opportunities to dance with people now. Before, I was so anxious. Anytime people started dancing, I would literally sneak away from the group sometimes. See? So it is 100% possible. Omkar, also, no confidence for dancing in social settings before he started learning with me. He said he's a beginner. He would like to learn how to do the club dance and hip hop in more structured manner, and he wanted to be more confident dancing in social dance situations. And then just a few months later, he posted, thank you so much, Happy New Year, danced a bit last night at a gathering of close friends, happy to report, felt no fear. You see that? So anything you need help with, you can learn, whether it's no rhythm, you have two left feet, you have no coordination, it's all doable. You just have to know how to do it in a structured manner. Okay, so let me know, you guys, can you relate to it? Does this sound like something that you would like to know how to do? Just being able to dance without fear, you know, showing off in front of your friends or strangers perhaps. Angie says stiffness. See, all of that can be fixed. Rhythm, coordination. So you have the same issues, but you can see that it is all fixable. And I know also some of you guys, you are serious about learning and you don't want to do it on your own. You would like to learn faster. I do have a program where I work with adults, you know, fixing all those issues for them. So if you are interested, you can join Jordan, you can join Omkar. There's a link on the screen if you want to apply. I do offer one-on-one consultations where we discuss your dance issues, your dance goals, and then I will determine if I can help you inside my program. So if you're interested, the link is on the screen. You can go to getdanceonline.com/survey. So if you want, again, screenshot it, and I'm sure I'll be able to help you. You don't have to not know how to dance forever. It's all fixable. Okay, so again, this is the link. I'm going to talk to you about the program if you have any questions at the end, but I just wanted to put it up here because I know some of you are ready to be dancing in 2021. Okay, you guys, I'm going to hide again because there's more that I want you to learn. Okay, the next very, very important tool is translate. You have to know how to translate the movements onto your own body when you're learning anything, doesn't matter what dance style. So yes, when learning a new movement, you have to translate it onto your body. And before you translate a movement pattern, you have to comprehend it. So you're not just, you know, mindlessly copying the teacher or a dancer. You have to know what you're doing. You don't want to just copy something that you don't understand. Not only chances are you will do it incorrectly, but you won't be able to memorize the movement you're trying to get. And I don't want you to take it for granted. So there's no point in learning the movements if you will forget them a week later. Well, why are you learning then? Right? So I'm sure every single minute you put into learning how to dance, you want to remember those movements forever because you will want to use them at some point. So when you see a complicated movement with different layers to it, and different layers just means, you know, you're moving your feet and your hips and your knees and torso all at the same time, what I want you to do is simply take it apart and analyze it. Be very, very specific at what you're looking at. So let me give you an example. This is a little snippet from my tutorial. Tell me, what do you see I'm doing here? What body parts are moving? You won't hear the music, by the way, it's just a video, soundless video. But you see I'm moving the feet, right? There's something going on with the knees. My arms are flying around and I'm moving the torso. So this is a lot of layers. You can see a lot of layers. So what I want you to do when you see a movement like that, do not try and copy everything at once. Because most likely if you don't have foundation, for dancing developed, if you don't have coordination, this will be very hard to get. But instead, you want to take it apart and you want to ask yourself these questions. First of all, is there footwork involved? We already know in this one there is. What are the feet doing on the snare drum? Snare, again, is the loudest beat in a song. In all my tutorials, I'm talking about it. It usually sounds like a snap or a clap. So you just want to identify that in music, and then you're looking at what is the accent on the beat, on the snare. You can't hear the music here, so I'm just going to show you or tell you every single time there's this sound, the snare, my feet are together. So already that gives you an idea of where to start. And if you just even do the footwork to the beat, you are now dancing with rhythm. Okay, so this is how you start. And I always suggest start from the bottom and go up the body. So next, you would look at the knees, you will see if the hips are moving, you'll see the torso, and then arms are always last. So yeah, You're checking what the feet are doing on the snare, what other body parts are moving. Are they moving with the same rhythm as the feet, or maybe a different rhythm? Usually, as far as the beginner movements go, they should be moving at the same pace, same rhythm. And you want to assess what is the position of the arms once you have everything else. In this one, my arms are kind of flying around, so I'm not doing anything specific. I'm just keeping them loose. So the movements are not, repetitive here with the arms, so they're not that important. But in some movements, the arms also follow the beat. So you want to be able to assess that. If you want, guys, if rhythm is a problem, I'm going to put my little rhythm playlist below this video, so you can check it out later as well. So like I said, you don't want to get everything at once, because you might, find that it's too difficult and then you'll just give up. You don't want to do that. Getting the movement correctly is far more important than getting it fast. Plus, if you break it down to yourself, you can even talk to yourself when you're learning the movement, you will remember how you talked yourself through that movement. So you'll never forget it. Trust me, try it. Like next time you learn from a tutorial, do that. Pick everything apart. It will work. So when you're learning, think of it like that. When you're learning a new language, you're trying to get the pronunciation of the words to be as close to what you're hearing, right? So you will strive to say the word as close to how you're hearing it, because you don't want to sound funny, right? You're going to try your best to make the word sound like it's supposed to sound. Or for example, if you're meeting somebody new and they have an unusual name, you're going to ask them, how do you say your name? And they will say it, and the way you repeat it in that moment, you're going to try your best repeating that name, because you don't want to offend that other person, right? That happens. So you want to treat the dance moves the same way. You always want to strive for copying them as close as possible to the original version. And you will see that with time, picking apart any movement and then executing it will take you as little as a couple of seconds. This is something that, you practice, right? So the more you do this, the more you apply this technique, the easier it will be for you to pick those movements apart. And then what's going to happen is you go to the club and you see a dancer doing something amazing, and you just can steal their moves. That's what we do. That's what dancers do. We're able to pick it apart in seconds. And I'm sure if you've ever taken a group class in any dance style, I'm sure that at some point you were surprised at how fast people around you are able to pick up movements, right? So that usually happens because they are utilizing that translating and assessment tools very, very well. They just know how to do it well. Did that ever happen to you guys? Let me know in the chat. Have you ever taken a group class, or maybe you were falling behind a little bit, or it just wasn't easy to keep up? Or even maybe when you're learning moves at home, it's just not that easy. Like you struggle with that a little bit. Yeah. And again, guys, I'm going to be answering your questions at the end. So we're going to do a Q&A. Awesome, guys. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to answer the questions at the end. So make sure you stick around. Okay. Amazing. Let's go back to the slides, because there's more I want you to get. All right, you guys. So the next tool that I want you to be able to apply is the assessment tool. You have to know how to assess your movements after you learn them. So what you should be assessing is what you're currently learning in every class or every practice session when you're practicing on your own. So you want to be assessing a specific movement that you're learning or a movement combination, and if you translate it into your body the correct way. So whether you see yourself in the mirror when you're practicing, or if you maybe don't have a mirror, you can always take a video of yourself and see if what you learned looks the same on you as on the teacher. Okay? And you also need to assess where you are in your journey. So your progress related to the goals that you set for yourself. For example, if your goal was to get better rhythm, check if you, let's say after learning for a month, did that rhythm improve? And if it didn't, what is the next step? What else you can do to fix it, right? So you always want to be able to know where you are in your learning process. Only then you can really get better. Hopefully that makes sense. And keep in mind that very often you're doing what you think is being shown because the movement might look familiar to the movement you already know. And you always want to second guess yourself. If the movement feels comfortable right away, chances are you're not doing it right. So keep that in mind. Always second guess yourself. Always check, was I able to get the movement the right way? Break it apart. And after each class or each practice session, you want to ask yourself, what did I learn? What will happen then? You will go through each lesson or practice session with a purpose, and you will recognize that purpose every time you dance. Only then you'll see the progress in the shortest amount of time possible. Because you can be learning stuff for years, but if you have still issues with rhythm, with coordination, they're not going to get fixed on their own, right? You have to know how to fix it and what to do to fix it. If something is not working, for example, you're taking group classes, but you decide you need one-on-one feedback because you're not able to learn the movements on your own, try another method, try a private class, try a course with the one-on-one feedback. But don't keep doing something that's not working over and over, expecting a different result, because you will be stuck and you don't want to do that. And when you know how to correctly assess yourself, you can learn anything, anytime, and you won't need to rely on somebody else to tell you what's right and what's not. That's freedom. Like, you won't need anyone else to tell you you're doing something the right way or you're messing up. You will know. So this is my student Liz. She's in the program. She says, I managed to follow the easy choreography of a tic-tac shuffle video, which feels really good. In my program, we're not really focusing on shuffle. I'm not even teaching shuffle. But because she learned the techniques of assessment and translating and other tools I'm sharing as well, she was able to go and learn from somebody else. You see, this is how it works. You'll be able to learn literally anything. Okay, let me check in the chat again, see what's going on. Give me thumbs up if that's making sense, if you're having any light bulb moments. This is again, by the way, the link to the free guide I prepared for you guys. So you can get it at getdanceonline.com/free-guide. Not only I'm talking about 4 techniques I use here, but there's actually 8 tools that you'll find out. So there's more to it. You have everything in the guide. This should help you learn. Let me see what you guys are saying. Coordination. You just dance alone in the room. That's fine too, right? You have to, as long as you're practicing, you know what you're doing, you're putting in the work, you are improving. Just know what it is that you need to fix and work on those skills. You're turning any issues that you may have into actual skills. Yeah. Exactly, Shuri says, you can't keep doing the same things and expect different results. It's just not going to happen. So we don't want to do that. Okay, you guys, I have one more technique for you. And after that, I'm going to be answering your questions. So get your questions ready. And let me jump to the last one. The last technique, the last tool for learning how to dance is you have to know how to implement corrections. And this is very important. So you want to avoid making the same mistakes in your learning process, but rather implement corrections consistently. Okay, so you want to you don't want to be repeating the movements the incorrect way, because it will slow down your learning process. This is something that we don't want. You want to keep moving forward. So the sooner you start implementing, the better. You don't want to look like this and be frustrated that you're, feeling stuck, always doing the same things. Now, if the teacher gives you corrections, or if you correct yourself when you're learning at home, based on your own assessment, you want to try and hold on to that correction. You can even, write it down. Anything that helps you remember it. And next time, when you're doing the same movement, make sure you apply the correction on your own. And it doesn't matter where you're dancing. So next time you practice at home, next time you're at the club and you're doing the same movement, remember what you were doing wrong so you don't do it again and look funny. And this will help you take full advantage of your practice sessions and help you develop your dance skills faster. Awesome, you guys. Is this making sense? Let me know. Again, this is the free guide that you can study. Everything we discussed today is included there and more. So getdanceonline.com/free-guide. Take a screenshot of it. You can get it later. Just type in your email. Make sure you're typing it correctly. And if you want to work closer with me, if you want me to help you develop your skills and help you become confident dancing in social setting, you can schedule a call with me. We're going to identify your dance goals, and I'm going to determine if I can help you fix everything that needs to be fixed so you finally have permanent skills, right? Let me know if you guys have any questions. I'm coming back on screen. Give me a second. Okay, I'll do this for now. All right, you guys. Oh, hi, Taylor. My students are here. Awesome, guys. All right, let me know if you have questions. I'll leave the links on the screen so you can see them. And I'll try to help if there's anything that you need help with. Yes, Carolina, you said, let me make sure you see it. Hold on, let me do this better because this is not right. This is gone and this is camera. There we go. And my bangs is all over the place. Sorry about that. So again, Carolina said, I feel like I'm dancing well, but then I see the video and it's just awful. That will happen sometimes. Keep in mind that when you're dancing, when you're seeing yourself dance, because we're so self-critical, we rarely will like what we see, especially if you're just like starting out on the dance floor. But I feel like if you do practice for a while, for example, the same movements, and then you film yourself, it will be looking much better, I feel like. So don't film yourself when you're doing something completely new, because yeah, chances are we're not going to like it. I still have videos that I'm looking at and I'm like, that doesn't look good. Okay, hold on. How to stop losing the beat. That's a good one. Again, takes practicing. So what I would say is you want to start with the songs that are a little bit easier. So you want to start with the songs that have a loud snare drum. And again, I'm going to place my playlist that I did that's explaining what you have to be listening for and how you can start finding the beat and, starting to dance to the beat. But you always have to start with the easiest songs and the easiest moves to those songs. If you're doing a movement that is too complex, of course you will lose the beat. You might lose the beat right away. So always start with the easiest stuff. That's how I like to teach. Then it's fine. Then you'll be able to follow. And you can try dancing to instrumentals. That's also will help you, because when you have a song, there's a lot going on, you might feel overwhelmed, and then you lose the beat. So I always suggest instrumentals for sure. Thank you, Taylor. Okay, sure, you have a question. As a beginner, should we try different dance styles or pick a style and get better at it first? I would say focus on one to begin with, but then you can, once you have rhythm developed and coordination developed, this will help you go and learn other styles as well. So it's always better to start with one thing and then you can branch out, because at that point your fundamentals, your basic skills will be much better, if that makes sense. Yeah. It's true. Yeah, exactly. So you don't want to be overwhelmed trying everything at once, right? And that's why I like to teach club dance, because it's kind of a mix of everything, if you think about it. Club dance is just being ready to dance, however, to any song that's playing in the club. And there's usually different styles. It can be hip hop, EDM music, pop, dance. So you can be ready for anything. Thank you. Any other questions, you guys? What style are you learning, guys? On my channel or just in general? Is it club? Is it hip hop? What do you like? Probably mostly club dance, because there's most tutorials on my channel is just that. Awesome, you guys. And you're asking about the program. Yes, so in the program, like I said, we start from the basics. So my program is for adults who don't know how to dance at all. You don't have the confidence to get out and dance. You don't have the skills. You're losing the rhythm. You don't have coordination. That's difficult for you. We're fixing all of that. We're getting rid of the stiffness, or sometimes your movements might look or feel awkward. We're getting rid of that. You're developing your freestyle skills, so you know how to freestyle, because that's what people do in social settings. It's not choreography, and everyone else is teaching choreography. You're not going to go and do a routine, because this will make you feel, well, it will feel like a performance. You will look like you're performing. Exactly. Doesn't make sense? Yeah, you're saying club, club dance, hip hop. Nice. Jazz funk is fun. I remember I used to learn that a long time ago. Awesome, you guys. And again, those are the links if you want to use them. This is to apply for my one-on-one consultation. And below that, you have the free guide that you can study on your own and get better at practicing by yourself. And Marta is asking, how is it possible to teach dance someone who doesn't feel rhythm? Well, you have to learn rhythm first. In my program, we started from week 1. This is the first thing we fix in the program, is your rhythm. Because you can have hundreds of dance moves, but if you cannot do them to the beat, you're not going to look good, right? So you're not going to feel natural dancing. You always will be self-conscious. So this is something that takes some practice, and you are able to do it. But it's not, it's something that can be worked on. Let me put it this way. It's not gonna happen overnight, right? It takes practice, just like learning how to dance. Once you have rhythm, I like to start with putting simple movements to that rhythm, and then we gradually make it more and more difficult. Any other questions? I'm scrolling because you guys were asking earlier as well. Oh, thank you. Thanks so much. And a little shout out to Sunny as well. Awesome. You can absolutely learn how to dance at any age. Hopefully the link is now working, guys. Let me know also if you can make it work, those of you who tried it. What else? What else? Arm movements. Yes, there's always an issue with arms. But I like to add the arm movements last. So once you have everything else working, you have your footwork, your hips, arms are always like a detail that I like to add at the end. Because, you know, if you're doing too many things at once, you will look all over the place. You're going to be losing the beat and it just doesn't look good. So you don't even have to move the arms the entire time, just from time to time. A little tip for beginners that I like to give is when you find yourself in the club and you don't have the arm moves, hold a drink. You don't have to move the arms then. This is a little tip just, you know, as you're working on the arm moves in the meantime. Oh yeah, a lot of you guys are saying rhythm is the issue. I know. Again, the playlist that I made, it's a little like mini course. You can try those videos and let me know what other videos I should make for you. Like what else would you like to learn? Awesome. How much practice do you recommend per month and per week? So as long as it's regular practice, you will be working towards accomplishing your goal, because the only way you can learn how to dance is by doing the movements regularly. So you want to be able to, I usually say start with maybe twice a week. I have students who practice every day because they tell me they love dancing so much. So Vera was one of those people also who loved to dance, and she practiced at crazy hours, in the morning hours every day. Jordan too, that I mentioned. But you don't have to do that. As long as you're doing something regularly, it's fine. What will not work, however, is if you practice, let's say for 5 hours one day, and then you leave a month with no dancing. It's not going to work, right? Because then it's going to feel like you're starting over. So you can make it work with your schedule. I would say an hour. That should be, you know, you don't want to practice for too long because you don't want to overwhelm the body. But hopefully that makes sense. Yeah. Sylvia is asking, who are your favorite dancers? Who influenced you early on? Wow. When I started learning, there was no TikTok, there was no YouTube even. It was a long time ago. And I think I actually wanted to learn because I saw a movie. I know it was Honey, it was You Got Served, movies like that, and also music videos. I would literally tape them on VHS, and then I would, rewind and try to learn the movements. So yeah, just movies and videos. And right now I don't really follow anyone like that. Yeah, but there are, of course, amazing dancers out there. What else? Carolina, you said the the PDF doesn't open? That's weird. You'd have to download it. I will check afterwards. What other questions, you guys? I answered this one. Okay. Joe is asking is there a way to overcome dancing if you have a fear of dancing? I think that if you are 100% sure that what you're doing is correct, once you have the skills, then you won't hesitate to do this in front of other people on the dance floor. But if you're not sure that what you're doing is right, and you are not sure that you look and feel good doing those movements, then of course you will always hesitate. So I always say the solution is getting permanent dance skills. Fix rhythm, get coordination, develop your freestyle skills. That will help. Okay. Does this answer your question? Let me know. Yeah, because there's, again, no point of learning million moves from tutorials if you're not going to know how to use them, or if you're still feeling insecure about, doing them in front of other people. So one little tip I can give you also is try to practice the way you're going to be dancing in the club. In the club, you're not going to be doing one single move over and over. You have to know how to transition. So practice at home. The way that you practice is you put on a song and you're trying to piece the movements together, because that's how you're going to be dancing when you're in front of other people. So practice the same way. This will make you feel more at ease, right? So that's one little tip that you can try out on the dance floor. Okay, awesome, you guys. I don't think there's any other questions. Let me know what tutorials you'd like me to make, what else I can help you with. Always feel free to comment. I'm reading all your comments, and thank you so much for being here. For some of you, it's even very late right now and you still made it, so I'm super happy to have you guys here. Amazing. Thank you so much, you guys. We'll do that again at one point. I'm going to answer more questions. And yes, Karen, I'm going to put the rhythm playlist in description, I think, if I figure out how to even post a replay. If not, I'm going to, if not, it's on my, if you go to my playlist, just look for rhythm playlist. It should be 5 videos. There's 5 videos in there. And they are pretty recent videos that I've done on my channel. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for being here and learning from me. Hopefully this was helpful. Again, get the guide, read it, apply it, and let me know how it went. I'm super excited to check in with you. Maybe next month we'll do that again. We'll see. Awesome, you guys. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.